Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and it is time for the Raw review. For the most part, I enjoyed this show. There was a couple of problems with it, but for the most part, way fucking better than last week's show. A definite improvement. Not too bad of a show, I gotta say. We started off with Heyman and Lesnar. Heyman is cutting a promo and he starts rapping to Cena, and this was a pretty decent promo, one of the better promos for Heyman. Now, I ain't gonna go back on what I said. There should have been more of this throughout the whole fucking feud. It's barely even a feud. There really wasn't any build up here. But this is a decent way of covering the lost ground. We should have had this weeks leading up to the match. But overall, not a bad promo, not a bad segment. They said what they had to say to make Lesnar look pretty strong there. So, I enjoyed it. Then you had Roman Reigns defeating Ryback by disqualification. Now, this is one of the matches I had a big fucking problem with. Here's Roman Reigns. He's ready to become the next biggest star. Everybody is the biggest star. He's the best. He's got 2 moves. Well, 3 or 4 moves, whatever, But anyway, so this is the guy who's going to be the next Cena. He's going to be the next top star, supposedly. He can't cut a promo for shit. He can't wrestle a match for shit. But hey, make him the top star. That's the logic here in the YWC. Well, this match really shows that they don't have that much faith in him. Ending in a disqualification, and what a lame way. They just throw his shoulder into the ring post, and that's it. That's the cause for a disqualification. The transitional move. They didn't hit him with a chair or a foreign object. What sense does this make? That's like getting disqualified for throwing somebody in the steel steps. You see this in every single fucking match. Why would you disqualify somebody for that? If we're going by wrestling psychology, just how wrestling matches work, this makes no fucking sense. Then right after the match, Superman punch, and 2 spears. That's his whole fucking moveset. And, it's just fucking ridiculous already. I am sick to fucking death to Roman Reigns in the same fucking thing, a stupid punch every single fucking time. And then after this whole fucking fiasco, it's promo time for Reigns. Promo time for Reigns, and people are like, Roman will get better. Well, what was this? And says a bunch of shit in a lame, shitty, fucking dumbass voice, and then at the end, believe that! Like some type of white girl from Beverly Hills or some fucking shit. What the hell is this? You have Roman Reigns talking like fucking Snooki. And this is the guy who everyone wants to main event. He doesn't even deserve to be in the mid-card. He doesn't even deserve to be on Superstars. For God fucking sakes, Heath Slater. That motherfucker could wrestle circles around this guy and cut better promos on any given day. And you guys want him to be the next biggest star. Get the fuck out of here, seriously. Yeah, that's right. I want you to leave your house, leave the fucking house and stay in the middle of the street and hope to fucking God you get hit by traffic. Because you people make no sense. And, it's not that hard to figure out wrestling. So if this is the way how you view wrestling in such a retarded fashion, you really are wasting my fucking oxygen. Because I can see that you probably can't even fucking wipe yourself if this is who you like. Roman Reigns! Just because WWE told you to. Because Vince McMahon. When was the last time You did what WWE told you to do. As I said, people complained when it was all about the big guys. And now you want a big guy at the top. I think you want a big cock in your ass is what you want. You want Roman Reigns cock in your ass. End the fucking story. Then you had Seth Rollins defeating RVD. A pretty decent match, no problem here. I like Raws like this where you just have some decent matches. This was a pretty good match here. Then you had Stephanie McMahon saying that Daniel Bryan was, seeing a therapist, and the therapist was there. And then you had Brie Bella, and she tells Brie that the therapist has been cheating with Daniel Bryan, that they're having an affair. And this was, I will say this, at least to say something positive. At least they were trying to add some intrigue. It's not really that interesting, but it's something, I suppose, to add fuel to the fire. They need all the help they could get in a type of match like this. It's build, I suppose. More build than they've put into Lesnar and Cena, for God fucking sake. So I will say this. I didn't enjoy the segment. I didn't, love it, but it's build towards the match. Positivity! But it was boring. And Brie Bella comes out to beat them up, to end the segment. Then you had Swagger defeating Cesaro in what was a pretty fucking good match. Very good match with a lot of counters. Fast-paced match. The one thing I don't like about this is Cesaro constantly fucking losing all the time. I suppose Swagger can't, he can't lose right before his pay-per-view match for Rusev. But Cesaro losing all the time, as I said, this was a guy they were trying to protect a couple of months ago. A guy that, he wasn't losing at all. He was actually winning a lot. They take Heyman away from him, and now it's losing all the time. But still, I won't take it away from them. They had a pretty good match here. Then you had a sit-down interview between Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho. And this was pretty fucking boring. Bray Wyatt is talking to Jericho about disappointing his father. Jericho barely says anything. He just says, "I'm going to shut you up." What a riveting interview. What a fucking piece of shit. Seriously, it's bad enough that their match sucked at Battleground. But the build for this match has been very, very fucking uninspiring, to say the fucking least. I feel like just such lazy build-up. And what the fuck is Wyatt even talking about? How is Jericho disappointing his father when he's a fucking millionaire? Holy fucking shit. How does that even make any fucking sense? It's about time we start analyzing these Bray Wyatt promos and realizing that they're chock full of fucking dog shit. Fucking bull fucking shit. This didn't even mean anything. Well, what the fuck was he even about? What was Wyatt trying to say? He was trying to say something, but it was fucking nonsense. Fucking, this was just gibberish, fucking, basically. Just fucking gibberish. There was nothing said during this promo, let's put it that way. Then you had Eva Marie defeating AJ because of Paige distracting AJ. You've got to be fucking kidding me. The worst, by far the worst fucking women's wrestler I think I've ever fucking seen in my life. And she gets fucking a victory over AJ? Who the fuck is booking this shit? For God fucking sakes! I know I said that the show was not as bad as last week, and I enjoyed some parts. But god damn it, this was just beyond fucking stupid. Okay, so, AJ beats her up at the end, but what is this always? they have somebody lose and then they beat them up right after the match. Like, what the fuck is the point? They always have to redeem themselves. Well, how about this? How about they don't fucking lose in the first place? I mean, holy shit. What are we just handing out random victories to anybody? Oh, here's a victory. Here's another. Come on already. Why did the people who should be winning lose all the time? I can understand if it was, a valid opponent. But this ain't even a fucking real wrestler. She's just someone pretending to be one. As I said, Eva Marie. Very fucking hot, very fucking sexy. What a bad fucking bitch. But holy fucking shit. She is the worst fucking wrestler I ever seen in the fucking ring. Can't do anything without fucking botching it. There wasn't a lot of time for her to botch in this one. Just a simple fucking roll-up. And what is this? The fucking women's champion, which is basically the world champion for the women's. It's the only belt they got. And she just fucking loses to a roll-up? How pathetic! And a roll-up to it like basically an untrained wrestler. Then you had Cena cutting a promo. And honestly, I have to say that this promo was handled well. And I said it in my preview. When Cena could get serious for a moment, he could deliver on a promo. And this wasn't earth-shattering or anything. But he got pretty tough. He kind of hinted that he might show signs of a more brutal Cena. A more heelish Cena. And, we might get a more violent Cena, but he ain't fucking turning heel. I mean, aren't we past this already? I mean, isn't it even ridiculous to even talk about it? But anyway, decent promo from Cena. Not really much to, knock about it. Of course, a lot of people will be like, oh, it's Cena! It sucks! But if we could turn off our, retardation for a minute and look at things with an unbiased point of view, there was nothing ridiculous or bad about this promo. And, it's a Cena promo and it's build up for the match, so I'll fucking take it. Then you had Brie Bella getting arrested for what she did to the therapist, beating her up. The therapist pressed charges. She gets arrested. As I said, this really had no fucking effect on me. It builds tension for the match, but it just didn't. It doesn't do anything for me. People getting arrested who I don't fucking care about. I can't say I like it. What I'm saying? It's my fucking opinion. I'm not going to stand here and say I enjoyed it when I didn't. So, that right there, getting arrested. Stephanie just got arrested. Brie Bella gets arrested. I didn't care the first time when they tried to do something shocking here. And I didn't care again. But I will give credit where credit's due. They did try to add an interesting element here. Then you had Heath Slater defeating Dolph Ziggler by countout. Once again, just handing random victories to people for the hell of it. It might be interesting for a little bit if Slater, was getting these cheap victories. He beat Rollins, for example, last week. And, obviously he only won because of, some distractions on the outside. Again, the distraction leads to a count-out victory. But really, at the end of the day, in about a month, where is this really going to leave Slater? He's going to have a bunch of cheap victories, and, they're not, like, real victories, so what really is this going to amount to? Absolutely fucking shit! This is what I'm saying. Who is booking this? There's not even going to be a payoff to these wins for Slater, so why even give him wins? They should have done something else with this. And this Miz-Ziggler feud, it feels so fucking cheap. And Miz just feels just beyond cheap with this new Hollywood gimmick. It feels fucking half-assed. If you're going to do a fucking new gimmick, at least, put some effort into it. They're not even fucking trying with Miz. Then you had Orton defeating Sheamus. Match wasn't too bad. I don't normally like when these guys wrestle. They've had this match 1,000 times, but a good finish. Sheamus sleeps off the top rope into an RKO. a nice finish there. So not a bad match. Not bad for an Orton match. Then we wrap things up with the Hulk Hogan birthday. For the most part, I liked this birthday celebration. You had Mean Gene, you had Jimmy Hart, you had Paul Orndorff with a weird fucking pedo mustache on. I don't understand why the fuck he grew that shit. It looks fucking weird. You also had Ric Flair come out there, the NWO National Hall come out. They convince Hogan to tear off his shirt. There's an NWO shirt on underneath. It felt like a good moment there. I enjoyed this segment. And then Lesnar comes out. He starts staring everybody down. He bumps into Piper. I thought maybe he was going to get physical with one of them. Cena comes out to save the legends. They do a stare down, and then Lesnar just leaves the ring. Now, right here was a missed opportunity. The Hogan celebration was good. I liked the NWO, but the thing is here is there was no fucking build for this match. So why the fuck not have them fight a little bit? Just a little something. You know, why not have them brawl up the ramp or something like that? Or have Lesnar, just get angry and maybe attack Piper or somebody. Somebody must have been willing to take a bump, for God fucking sakes. Anybody, somebody. It would have been so much better if Lesnar completely crashed the party. He did, but in a much better fashion, because all we got was just basically Lesnar walking out. At the end of the night, it was basically just Lesnar fucking walking through the ropes. He didn't really do anything. But I will say I like the celebration. I ain't going to complain. We got the NWO. We got the music and everything. Overall, a couple of good matches. You had some decent segments. They kind of did a little bit of damage control with doing some build up here. Stephanie McMahon and Brie Bella, I have no interest in this whatsoever. Daniel Bryan's been cheating on Brie Bella. It's either a lie because, storyline wise, obviously it's fake as shit before the morons come attack me on this. But why would they even do this with Daniel Bryan? Isn't he supposed to be the super good guy? Why even put this shit out there about him cheating? Anyway, motherfuckers, not a bad show. A pretty enjoyable show for the most part. I liked Hogan's birthday celebration. So for me, I thought it was pretty decent. I enjoyed the show as a whole. Still had its shitty moments, but really not that much to complain about on this show. There's still, some things to complain about, but not a lot. And for that, I'm thankful. If there's some decent things on the show and I feel entertained, then, then at the end of the day, I guess it's an alright roll. Alright, motherfuckers.